They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down Denver.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
And this is caught. It's the tight end, Garrett Graham. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL. Now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Back to throw again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, you might want to tear up your scouting reports a little bit here because they just built tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it really well and picked up a 1st down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
His pass caught at the 4. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. They'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, yes.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. And they got 29 yards there. And it'll give the Broncos a 1st down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll look to throw now on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Demaryius Thomas, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas. And coming out now, the Broncos. In the backfield is Anderson. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it's a first down for the Broncos.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
10 yards still left on second down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Looking to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Second down now after the incompletion.
That pass was into the end zone, but it was tipped up in the air, and that leads to a few anxious moments. Who's going to come up with?
Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the... And Denver getting set to take the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. There's that man again, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be good for a Denver first down. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
5 yards on the pickup. Back to throw here. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one. And it'll be first down, Denver. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided. All right. In the backfield is Anderson. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked to him about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done. Smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know.
And the numbers, they sort of do the talking. Great game last week. Sharp again here in this one.
Sometimes you set habits with how you play, don't you? I mean, you start to put things together, you string them together, and the confidence continues to rise. And guess what? We're seeing that happen in front of us. Back-to-back weeks of really good play.
And the confidence certainly must be continuing to grow.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays. No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll set up to throw. He's going to launch this thing. This is caught inside the 15. They give him a gain of 38. So another catch, more yards, and now enough yards to break the single game record.
It seemed inevitable the way this game went that the yards record would fall, and we got to see it. We got to witness it. And the crowd is so excited to watch another NFL record fall. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Demaryius Thomas, his third touchdown of the game, number 9. In the backfield is Anderson. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Green's got it over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And Green with a catch left side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Back to throw here. That's caught at the 1. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here we go now.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Thomas, the lone receiver, left. They go play action here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Yeah, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue.
Looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, and that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start
a big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And